world continues to ask for more John Diggle, and the world is going to continue to get more John Diggle. Former Green Arrow Stephen Amell tweeted out an article from Deadline earlier this week breaking the story that David Ramsey, the man responsible for bringing John Diggle into the DC universe by way of the Arrowverse's namesake Arrow, will be leading the next generation of heroes in a brand new show coming to the CW. But before we get started, if you are new to the channel, and chances are you are, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, stay up to date with new content that comes to this channel, as well as hitting the like button, as that is the easiest way for more people to find this channel just like you did. And if you can't get enough of our content, follow us over on Twitter at The Comic Hunters. During last season's CW's Arrowverse, or as the CW is trying to call it, the CWverse, John Diggle made his way across 5 different shows within the shared universe. All of his appearances, except for his time on Legends of Tomorrow, continued the story that the end of Arrow teased, and that was that John Diggle would finally answer the call and become the protector of Sector 2814 and be the Arrowverse's first on-screen Green Lantern. Most of these appearances showed that John was going to decline this higher calling he had been receiving and that he needed to be there for his family. In fact, nearly his entire appearance on Supergirl, which was his final appearance in this 5-episode arc, continued the notion that John was going to continue to reject this call. However, it's his final interaction with Brainy that gave viewers the impression that maybe, just maybe, he wasn't going to ignore this call for much longer.
Headed back to Metropolis already?
I am. Worlds await.
Those last 2 words from John, worlds await, is a callback from his time on The Flash earlier in the season, and Brainy's smirk almost gives away the fact that he knows exactly what he's referring to. For those unfamiliar with Supergirl, Brainy comes from the 31st century and would have obvious knowledge about not only the Lantern Corps, but especially the knowledge of Sector 2814's first Green Lantern. This leads us into the most recently announced show being greenlit over at the CW. While the CW's long-term future may still be up in the air, the CW is moving forward with additional shows in the Arrowverse. Bringing back a familiar face in John Diggle when senior shows like Supergirl have ended and when The Flash may be heading towards its swan song, it's not the worst of ideas. In fact, the idea they have for John Diggle is actually not a bad one. The potential new show is going to be called Justice U, and this is what Deadline had to say about the premise of this new series. In the new series, which is set in the Arrowverse, after years of fighting alongside masked heroes, Diggle embarks on a new mission to recruit 5 young metahumans to live undercover as freshmen at a prestigious university. There, he will oversee their education and train them to become the heroes of tomorrow. Additionally, we should expect to continue to see Diggle across the Arrowverse, as Ramsey recently struck a deal with Greg Berlanti's production company to continue directing episodes, which he has done plenty of over the last couple of years and will continue to do so, starting with Justice U's pilot if it is greenlit. This is a chance for the CW to essentially hold a live-action Young Justice on their network and introduce the next generation to the young crop of heroes inside the DC universe. If successful, this series can also act like not only Young Justice, but its sister show on CW, Legends of Tomorrow, in which a rotating cast of characters come in and out of the show. I've already begun building up in my mind the cast of characters I'd love to see underneath John Diggle's guidance, and that will be the premise of our next video. So, I want to know in the comment section down below who your 5 heroes from the DC universe you would like to see in Justice U. And again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for future videos just like this on the Arrowverse, as well as episode reviews, recaps, reactions, and more. We'll also be doing comic readings, gameplay videos with superhero games, movie reviews, and much, much more. And lastly, hit the like button, because that is the easiest thing you can do, and it'll help others that are interested in content like this find this video. Aim true, comic book hunters. See you on the next one.